Good. All right.
Todd Ryan with CoolFMOnline.com. We are live with our local music spotlight, and our artist of the month we're featuring this month is Julian Woods from Sierra Vista. And Julian, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it, Todd.
Absolutely. Now, Julian, why don't you tell folks a little bit? You're actually a Sierra Vista native.
I am, yes. Yes, I am. I wasn't born, but I was definitely raised here. So I was born in Safford, and then since I was 4 years old, just grew up here. So.
And you're a graduate of the Buena Colts high school team as well?
Yep.
And were you in music or in any sports or anything like that in high school?
In high school, yes. I was in choir all 4 years, and I loved every single aspect of it. Mrs. Brown is an amazing choir teacher, and I would not be here without her because she definitely helped me get out of my shell because I was very shy.
So a shout out to Mrs. Brown.
Yes.
Is she still around? Is she still teaching?
Yes, I believe she is, yeah.
Right here. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. Were you in any sports at all?
Not in high school. In cross country. In middle school, I was in cross country.
Okay.
And so I did that, I believe, all 3 years. And then I did basketball as well 1 year, I believe my 7th grade year. But then it wasn't my thing.
It's understandable completely. Well, hey, Julian, we brought you here today because you made a new video.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us about the video and the song that you wrote?
Yes. So the song, the person I wrote about was the same person I wrote Next to Me about. It's my first love, and I just wanted to have a more, because Next to Me was a very kind of almost like ballad type guitar acoustic.
Next to Me was your first song?
No, it would be my second single.
Second single, okay.
And then, so I wanted to switch it up a little bit and kind of do something more upbeat. And so that's why I wrote You. It's basically just telling about the little aspects of a person and stuff that, that I really liked about them. And it was fun and upbeat. And the videographer Dave at Woohoo Productions, when I played it for the first time, he really liked it, and so ever since then we've been working together. It always reminded me of that song, and eventually we just kind of decided to push it as a single now. So.
Well, and you did all the filming in Bisbee.
Yes.
As well.
Mm-hmm.
And you just got that wrapped up a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we shot it, I believe, not last Thursday, but the previous Thursday, and then we came back a week later because we wanted to do a couple reshoots of some of the scenes, and then also want to add some things, and so we got that done the second night, and it worked out pretty well. It was really nice.
Well, we have the link to the video on top of this post so that folks can check it out in fully produced form and see the video filmed in Bisbee.
Right.
But today we want you to do a live version of your song here at Broxton's Coffee House in Sierra Vista, and you can take it away and let folks hear your song.
Of course, gotta get my High School Musical pick because High School Musical is thebomb.com. So so I don't have my capo. Usually I would put it up higher because it's usually around the second fret, but it's gonna be a little lower. But I'm gonna try it here. So. This is You. Girl, I don't know where I should start. Been trying to tell it cause it's all in my heart. There are some things that you need to know, so here it goes from the simplest part. see before I go to sleep. Your eyes, your skin, your hands, those lips. All these things I can't live without. So trust in me, what I tell you now. That you are the one for me. Yeah, you're the one for me. My lovely princess, you're just one of a kind. Something that's always in the back of my mind. Your goofy faces are just something I find so cute, so cute, so cute. It's so true, the way I fall for you is when you laugh and smile at me. I know it's meant to be. All these words that are off these pages from my heart, girl, they're from deep down places. It's you are the one for me. Yeah, you're the one for me. You are the face I see before I go to sleep. I'll love you endlessly. Yeah, you are the face I see before I go to sleep. I'll love you endlessly. You are the face I see before I go to sleep. I'll love you endlessly. You are my dream come true. No love till I found you. No love till I found you. It's our love I can't live without. So trust in me, what I tell you now. That you are the one for me. You make my life complete.
And there you have it. Julian Woods, everybody. And his song, his latest song called You. And the video link is on top of this post. All filmed in Bisbee. But Julian Woods,
Yes.
you left Sierra Vista to kind of break away. Why don't you explain that journey so far? You left about, what is it, almost a year now? Or
Well, I left at literally on the 1st of January, so
Yeah.
the very beginning of the year. I got to a place where I felt like I kind of got everything out of Sierra Vista, that I needed to for the time being, at least living wise, and there's some things that I want to figure out more about myself. And so I wanted to take this kind of like road trip of my own without being tied down to anything, whether job or sometimes people and things like that, and just kind of more or less figure out who I am by myself and what I'm truly capable of, and just experiencing the world. Because a big motivator would probably just be there's so many people that I meet, and I'll ask them a simple question like, "Oh, have you ever been here?" It's like, "Oh no, I've always wanted to." Or there's some older people that say, "Oh yeah, I wish I could have gone there, but I didn't because X, Y, Z." And I guess I just didn't really want to kind of be tied down by those regrets later in life, and so I was like, I want to travel and get that experience of the world and see what living is really like for a little bit. And it's a small chapter of my life, which ended up taking better part of this year, but I think it's a very important one. So that's why I decided to take it.
Well, you had lived, here in Sierra Vista all your life, and so I'm sure there was always this curiosity factor.
Oh,
and like you say, you needed to kind of break away, get into some new surroundings,
yes,
and meet some new people. And would you say it's better than you thought it would be? I suppose in a way it's a little different because you didn't expect COVID-19 to hit, and so that threw a lot of things as far as meeting people and even performing out the window. As far as performing in front of people.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I don't think any musician really expected, or anyone in the entertainment industry in general, expected it to happen. But before everything did, this has been a trip, honestly, that has had really no regrets so far. And I think that's just because I was going into it with the thought of you have a plan, but a lot of times, life just happens. And
yes,
so,
exactly.
you just kind of got to roll with it. And if you start off with that mindset, things might phase you for a little bit, but it really, in the long run, doesn't really bother me that much. Because it's like, oh, well, this wasn't the greatest, but, it was something new, and it's something I can learn from. And just sometimes it brings out a silver lining in a lot of things. And it's just been really great. It definitely took a toll on busking and getting gigs. So that definitely hurt.
Yeah, well, that you didn't expect because you were hoping to also gain some income from doing that, playing in places that you would go to. But
Yeah.
like I say, COVID has put a crimp in that. So, but like you say, you've experienced some growth in other areas, and you don't regret the journey. What's next for you? Moving forward, where are you going next?
Basically, the plan is after taking this little vacation back in the hometown, I'm gonna go back to Tennessee and hit the road again, basically. And
Now, you say Tennessee. Are you going to be hitting Nashville then, or?
I've been in Tennessee for the past few months. But because of everything that's happened, I actually have not been to Nashville yet. And so it's definitely on the list of things to do. But I think right now, while everything's still kind of, closed down at the moment, I'm going to once I get back, I'm going to take a trip to, finish off basically what I had planned. I had to cut New York and Florida out of it. Just because, with the riots and, COVID and everything, all the craziness, those are some of the biggest places, that the stuff is happening. And so I just figured I'll save it for a later time. And so I definitely cut my trip in half, I'd say. But I'm still planning to visit Iowa, which we have a family cabin in Harper's Ferry, this little town called Harper's Ferry, and for a little bit. And then after that, go to visit my best friend Angelo in South Dakota and his wife. And then from there, come back down through Colorado and probably stop here one more time with my car and my gigging equipment and see if I can do a couple gigs here. And then head back to Tennessee and basically just set up camp there and get a job and then work on getting my own place and doing the music stuff on the weekends and seeing if I can start breaking through because of that.
So you plan to try to settle back down in Tennessee for a while?
That's the plan. But then again, when I started this trip, I had no idea where I was going, so it could easily change. That's the nice thing about this too, is I don't have a really set thing that I have to do.
Right.
And but that for now, that's the kind of plan. So, but I'm open if it changes.
And do you write all your own music? Do you try to have all original stuff whenever you perform, or do you work in other pieces of other people's work?
Oh, I definitely try and balance it out, because I really do love playing the songs that I write, because as a musician, emotions are, well, music is basically what emotions sound like, and so that's a deep part of me, because anyone who knows me, I'm a very, I wouldn't say hopeless, I would say hopeful, romantic, and and so it's definitely a big part of who I am, and so the best kind of outlet for me is writing the songs that I write, and but at the same time, you can't help but also play the songs that help inspired you by either the artist or the songs that they have, and so I definitely try and do a really good mix of my original stuff along with the covers that I do as well. So
Okay. So you're not planning on playing local, as someone was asking, anytime soon, in part because of COVID, I'm sure. But
well, if I had my music equipment with me, because what I usually carry with me when I do my gigs is I carry a loop station, and so that's kind of how I try and get a step forward, and because a lot of people either have bands or it's just playing acoustic, or people are really really good at playing piano and stuff, and for me I felt like looping station was a good mix in between like a band and acoustic, and so it helps me stick out a little bit more, but also it adds to the performance of even just singing it. But since I don't have that stuff with me at the moment, I'm still open to any place I can play and get a guitar. There's a shop in Bisbee, one of the bookstores in the main commissary in Old Bisbee, and I went to check out guitars the other day, and he was like, "Hey man, if you want to sit outside sometime and play, we could get you a jar or something and play for those people." That's definitely enticing for me, because it'd be nice to even just start singing to people again.
yeah. So you think you're going to be doing that, or you? How long are you going to be in the area here?
Probably at least another week and a half.
Okay.
So is what I'm planning. 2 weeks at most.
So
and then
maybe you can try to set something up at the bookstore, announce it ahead of time, and maybe that's something that we can come down there for too as well. Possibly,
definitely.
We'll see how it goes, but that's a possibility as well. Well, how's the love life been going for you? Because you write a lot of your songs about, it seems, past loves.
Yes. Well,
I mean, are you still seeing these past loves, or talking to them, I should say? Are you on good terms with them? Or, I mean,
you know what? Okay. So, love is definitely complicated. But unfortunately, there's some, where, we've gone our separate ways, and for me, I'm always open. I'll always leave my part of the door open, for people to come back and whatnot if they want to talk or anything like that. Not chasing really anything much, but as for the active stuff, I mean, there's definitely still inspirations that are out there that just sometimes pop up when you least expect it. I mean, I just finished writing a song actually recently, which I'm anxious for the world to hear one of these days, and other than that, I think I've also written 3 other songs on this trip. So I'm definitely working on material, not as fast as I'd like to, but the stuff is coming. A lot of times you can't really rush that, or else it doesn't end up that well, and you get really crappy songs. So.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, something you don't want to force. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Understandable. By the way, Caitlin Dion and the family say hi.
Yes.
Good to hear you.
The Dion family. Thank you so much. that in fact, that's actually where I met the videographer at Woohoo Productions. Was at I sang at an adoption party at for them, and it just spawned so many great things. The Deons are a wonderful family. Shout out to them. Thank you guys. You rock.
Jerry Barnett says, beautiful tone!
Yes!
Exclamation point.
Right.
Kelly Kingsbury says, beautiful, Julian! Exclamation point. She loves the song as well. So just some of the comments.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone that's commenting. Thank you so much for that. It means a lot, truly.
Yeah, and I also made the comment, thanks for sharing on Cool FM Online. Absolutely. And by the way, if anybody knows of any other artists in the area they'd like us to feature from time to time, just message us at Cool FM Online. Well, there you have it, folks. Julian Woods, Sierra Vista native, and he is on the road trying to make a name for himself with doing what he loves to do, and that's music.
That's right.
And
sharing it with you guys too.
absolutely. So if you want to follow Julian Woods, because I'm sure he posts videos and stuff on Instagram. What are you on Instagram? How do folks get you there?
Well, my official music page is, I believe, official_Julian Woods, and it has a pick logo, and it has my initials JW, and it has it's a black pick with the rose and a golden J, and so I that's probably my most popular form of sharing what I'm doing is on that one, but then I also have a Facebook as well, which has the same logo, just Julian Woods, and so definitely look for the pick logo, and then obviously the YouTube channel, and I believe at the moment that's it right now.
Okay, all right.
So.
And the lady was asking here, did I hear you don't have a guitar? You have.
So my gram ended up actually letting me borrow her husband's guitar, which is very special, and it's very nice. But yeah, I don't have my guitars with me right now. Steve is one of my guitars, and then I had another one that I got in a gig on this trip that was given to me by one of my people I performed for. But those two are back in Tennessee, and so when I came down here, it's definitely guitarless, and so I had to borrow some friends of mine's guitar for video and for this right here. But I make it work.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, yeah, because I think she just heard part of the conversation when she was maybe joining in. But yeah, you do own guitars. You have your own.
Yes.
It's just this particular moment.
I don't.
I was going to say, you'd have to have a guitar, I would think, to write songs at the very least. Well, Julian Woods, thank you so much. We'll keep in touch with you. You keep in touch with us. Let us know what you're doing, and keep us posted when you get back into town as well, and any new things. But folks, you can follow him on Facebook. We'll have the link on this post, or on Instagram, and of course go to his YouTube channel. That's Julian Woods on YouTube as well?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. All right. Julian, thanks for joining us today on the Music Spotlight here on CoolFMOnline.com.
Thank you, Todd.